Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Fun Arts Project. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at what's in store for the Slash in the next few episodes. So these are just a few of the mods that we're going to be doing in the upcoming episodes, and the first one I think we're probably going to be doing is the Dumbo RC transmitter and receiver. This is the one that comes with the gyro, 6-channel, and first impressions are really good. Came really well packed, got this off Banggood, really well priced, and it looks reasonably good quality. That's sort of similar quality to the Abzima stuff, which is pretty cheap, but for what you're paying, it seems pretty good. This has got a gyro in. Probably not going to use that because I don't really use it over grass. Grass seems to keep these pretty stable anyway. Transmitter seems pretty good. 6 channels, plenty of buttons. So we're going to be using a couple of these channels for some lighting. Anyway, future episode. Take that to one side. We've also got a HSP 12-17mm hex conversion kit that we're going to be installing. The reason being, I'll explain that in a second. But we're going to go with a hot racing one. So many of the Slash members or Slash forum members have sort of said, go with the hot racing. But these were UK stocks, really quick, reasonably priced. We've got a 1/8 scale buggy wing. Now then, we've also got an on-off switch. Now, the plan is to install some little LED lights at the front here, if you could see, and we're going to install this on-off switch so that we can remotely control them from the transmitter using one of the channels. So, guys, we're going to start by taking off the fronts, because fronts on this seem to be what are spinning the most. I think that's probably because the diff fluid that's in the front is a little bit lighter. So we're going to be removing the 7mm nut, which is an M4 serrated nylock nut, but 7mm socket will get it off. So pull it off. And wonderful. So as you can see there, that really is spinning I've spun that already. And also that's pulled out, so we're going to need to redo that, which is just wonderful. So I'm going to need to get a screwdriver, I think. This is definitely not the proper use for a screwdriver, but it's what we're going to be doing. It's cheap ones, so we can prize it out with that. There we go, that's popped out. Now we're going to have to remount that on there and tighten up that grub screw again. So, it's not really rounded off too bad, that one. It's probably still usable, but it's started to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. Currently these fronts and backs are the same. They're both Jato ones. So let's just find the correct hex for redoing this grub screw. Got that. So let's get this remounted on there. Make sure it's kept tight. That's nipped up. Just going to back that off a bit, re-square it. There we go. That's nice and tight again. So what we're going to be doing is these centre nuts actually thread through the adapters. So I'm going to quickly take off the wheel securing nut. Put that to one side for the time being. Quickly just make sure that fits in there, which it does. And we're going to use a tiny bit of thread lock. Just before we do that, I'm just going to check that definitely does slip over, and it does leave enough clearance at the back of the original hex so that it's not binding or anything, which is pretty important with these. There is certain certain adapters that do cause binding when you've got the MIPEX duty axles on. So I'm only going to use some blue thread lock on this, and I'm really not going to use very much. You could degrease it if you wanted to. I'm not going to, because I don't want this absolutely welded on. I just want it secured. So this just slides through the middle of there, and you do that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap out the 7 for an 8mm socket. Put that on, and yeah, that's correct. And we're just going to seat that over the hex first. Just make sure that's secure and run this through the middle. I'm just coming up loosely first. I'm just going to nip that up. And you're going to need a spanner or a set of grips or something. So just give me a second to go and grab that. Ah, 17mm spanner. So what we're going to do is quickly knock off that, and I think I'm going to use the ring spanner side of it. So you just want to keep that in place, and you want to tighten that up. Now it's nipped up nice and tight now. Should be okay with that. Don't have to go crazy, don't crank on it too much, but just make sure that that is secured on. Now, the reason we're going to use thread lock is these adapters have been known to sort of fly off. Not these exact ones, but I've seen videos and stories of people installing their hot racing adapters and other adapters and them just disappearing when the wheel comes off. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to stick one of the wheels on. Just rotate that, make sure that's seated in the back, which it is. And if you notice on these, this is the one thing about these HSP adapters that I sort of preferred when I looked at the pictures over the hot racing ones, and it's the fact that the nut that you get included is actually serrated, which I just think it just seems better. Now, these are anodized, and tend to find that you will remove the anodizing on pretty much anything when you add thread locker and then try and remove it. I'm not entirely sure why. We're going to slide that over. Oh, you can really see this. It's going to be quite hard to get the camera on this whilst I'm doing it. Slide that over there. Now I'm going to back it off a little bit, which will seat the threads, and then just gently spin that. So now you can see that that nut is actually done up and the threads have passed clearly, which is good. Now I'm not going to crank this hard at all. Just going to hold the wheel still and just one quick turn. Now these are going to be left to sit for 24 hours before I actually use the car. I'm just going to move on to the other side. 7mm. It's just exactly the same, but in fact this one was actually not done up that tight. Now this side I have, yeah, in fact both these fronts actually have brand new nylock nuts on them. However, this seems to be the side that spins the most. In fact, yeah, you can see that side already is really chewed up. So I've no idea what... There's literally no point in even trying these on a slash 4x4 on the 12mm hex. So you're just wasting your money. This is going to chew them up like that. And these were mounted on really hard. And these have only been ran really for sort of 15-20 minutes tops. So I'm not really that impressed with that. But it is what it is. I suppose they do sort of... That's still really well done up, so I'm not worried about that. Now, the one good thing about these as well is obviously the MIP hex adapters have a grub screw on them because they're keyed. Now, the good thing about that is with these adapters, that should stop that backing out at all. I mean, I've thread locked them in the past, and they do sort of still back out when they get quite hot. So, alright, let's just tiny dab of thread lock on the tiny dab. Yep. A bit overboard there. Should be alright. So again, I'm not going to degrease that. I did degrease this when I was doing the kit. It shouldn't matter too much really. Just slide that back over, making sure that's really well seated and that sits an equal distance from the other one, which is good. Quickly just hand tighten that, just make sure that it's threaded on correctly. And again, we're just going to put the ring span around, 8mm socket, and just nip that up. Yeah, that doesn't need to go any tighter than that. That's all we need that ring spanner for, and we're done with that. So again, we're going to pop one of these on, make sure we seat it properly on the hex, and you can see there that it's driving the other side, so it should be okay. And again, I'm just going to make sure that the serrated side is going to the inside. Just put a tiny dab of thread lock on the inside of here. Don't need a lot at all, just to make sure that the wheel isn't going to be flying off all over the place. And I'm going to do the same again, so we'll tip on its side, drop the nut over the top, and we are going to, I never like doing this with that on a socket to start with. Right, so I'm just going to back it off till I feel the threads click in place, which I have, and then we're just going to quickly tighten that. And that seems pretty good. Just quickly compare them to make sure that they're equal on both sides, which they are. And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's the two fronts converted. Now, you can see this, but with the adapters, it really does give the Slash a bigger footprint. Probably safe. I mean, these are the Jarto rears, so maybe you can really sort of see that. You might not be able to. So I'll just pick this up a sec. But yeah, you're looking probably 1/4 to 1/2 inch. 1/4 to 1/2 inch on each side. You're probably gaining about 1 inch of width on this. Now, we're gonna keep these safe. I'm gonna put these in the Ziploc with these. I'll keep them just in case we ever convert the Slash back to its original wheels, which are set over there. Now, we've actually got 2 spare rims. Now, these are the ones that weren't completely chewed up. I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do with these, but for now, I'm just going to keep them as spares. We've got 2 spare trench tyres up there that we also removed off the other 2 that were chewed up. However, they managed to come off fairly well, but I think that one. One of them did actually tear slightly when we took it off, so that wasn't the best. However, what I'm going to do is we're going to run this like that, see how we get on. If the adapters work fairly well and the wheels stay on, which they seem like they will, this seems pretty secure to me. We're going to oven bake these 2 off, and I'm going to leave, I'll assess which wheels are in the best condition hex wise. We'll leave 2 on rims, we'll take 2 tyres off, and we'll keep them as spares just in case. But we'll swap the tyres over to the black F11s when they arrive from Model Sport. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and please like, comment, subscribe, whether you like it, good, bad, give me some tips and pointers. Like I say, I'm going to edit the video of making this shell, which was the, well, it's a bit bashed now. You can see we punched a hole through there as well because we didn't use any body shell washers or anything, and it's pretty beaten now, but I will edit together the video of this when I can, and we will probably be doing another body video at some point in the near future, which I will try and do from start to finish, because I think I actually missed the painting side of that. But thank you very much for watching, everybody, and please like, comment, subscribe. See you next time.